Drinking Bros. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Yes! Welcome to Drinkin Bros.
I was not ready for that.
Why not? Why not?
That was a lot of intensity.
God damn it. Sometimes you need it to start off the day. You got to start off the day.
Especially this intimate setting. I'm staring into Ross's eyes right now.
We're live from Los Angeles. We're live from Los Angeles.
It's fantastic.
Matt. Isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it? It's like a real shot of life
like
today.
Eli said, a fucking campfire over here.
Oh.
We literally have a microphone sitting in between us.
Warm
like a
it up.
campfire. It's
Warm
wonderful.
it the fuck up.
Tell some stories.
This is the first podcast, other than the live one we did in Vegas, that we've been together, Ross.
I know.
I'm quite excited.
I know. I'm hard. I'm a little hard.
I'm like a kid that just finally orgasmed and shot semen for the first time. So it's like, oh my God.
30 seconds
awesome.
and we got a semen
I
joke.
had to.
30 seconds and we got a semen joke. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored tonight by Carnivore Club. What goes great with both beer and wine? Fucking meat. For those meat eaters listening, imagine this. Every month, someone packs 2 pounds of the tastiest, high-quality, dry-cured meat they can find into a box. And then they fucking mail that box to you. It's a new meat every month, kids. They've got venison jerky, wild boar salami, spicy spreadable pork, you name it. Is it a real thing? You're goddamn right it's a real thing. And it's called Carnivore Club. Taste it for yourself. Go to carnivoreclub.co, that's .co, and sign up. You can use the promo code DRINKINBROS, DRIKINBROS, to get 10% off your first box.
Dude, that's some fucking energy.
Isn't it? God damn it.
No shit, they sent us like, I don't know, 4 pounds of meat. And
Collectively.
We
Yeah,
had
I
it.
just want to say meat a lot
Yeah.
on this show.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
had it sitting out on the podcast, and we were doing the live one that time, and I'm sitting there just fucking eat. Like, throughout the show, I ate, like, literally
Like
2
2
pounds
pounds
of
of meat.
salami.
No one ate more salami than Jared, though.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a salami king,
Boy,
dude.
he might as well have ripped his shirt off that day.
Oh,
and
God.
he went fat boy crazy with it. He took down an entire brick of salami, that one. He really did.
You got to relax your throat for that.
I know. Yeah, I know.
How do you know that?
Before we get into relaxing our throat, we'll get to the other sponsors. Our other sponsors tonight are the nectar of the gods, the queen's blood of the land. If you opened up a kangaroo's arm and bled into a bottle, it would be the finest tasting whiskey you've ever had in your life. That is Lead Slinger's whiskey.
Which I would like to mention, we have the rum just came out now. It's
Yep.
live. The napalm's live, and along with the standard bourbon and all new motherfucking bottles. Well, patent issue, but I think the bottle's better now, so it's fucking rad.
I love it. I love the new bottles are great.
good.
The
You like
new
it,
bottles
the
are great.
squareness?
And the beauty of those new bottles, if you get in a street fight,
Yeah.
they're a lot. You can take a lot more people down with
there's
those new
more
bottles.
surface area for
Yeah.
a good headshot.
Yep.
you
So
know?
if you're in St. Louis or Chicago or let's say Baltimore happens again, those riots, break those bottles out. You can really cut motherfuckers up with that. Our next sponsor is, of course, the greatest piece of literature of all time. If you took Doc Holliday's dick. Back when he was banging prostitutes in the 1800s.
Is it flaccid or is it soft or hard?
Well, it's soft, obviously.
okay.
Because you're gonna have to get some blood out of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Blood out of that. Squeezed it through a typewriter. Took that blood through the typewriter, put it on a quill, and then wrote the finest book ever. It is called "At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed," a romance novel for dudes.
I feel like, and this is also sponsored by the fucked up mind of Ross Patterson.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, world. Go and grab yourself a copy on Amazon or Audible.com or any fucking bookstore, except for Walmart. There's nudity in the book, and they shunned it. They shunned us. They shunned it.
We do have some pretty cool shit today, though.
We do.
We'll introduce. We don't have the standard crew here. Rocco and JT are off doing shit for America, so
Yeah.
they can't be with us today. But we have
fighting.
Yeah, they're
obviously
freedom fighting, right?
the big dick daddy himself, Mr. Ross Patterson.
Yo, and you get to see it up close and personal today.
God.
Like entirely too many times.
Ah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Way too many
It's
times.
shaved.
great.
It's shaved.
It's like-
I know that.
We've spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, we want everyone to know that Ross has really spent a lot of time shorning his balls.
Shaving my pubic hair, here's the thing. It gives you an extra 1.5 inches, which obviously, on top of what I got, we're looking at 9.5. But it improves my time in the 40-yard dash, just in case I want to get in the NFL Combine.
Right, you never know.
You don't.
Does it help on the 225 bench press, though?
No, it doesn't,
I
actually.
thought you could kind of hit it off the floor and
I
give
can't.
hip thrust.
The surface is too smooth. So I wiggle on the bench a lot. I wiggle on the bench.
So along with Ross, that was Nick Palmisciano from Ranger Up talking. Hello,
yes.
sir.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Yeah, Nick's all spry tonight. And if you're not familiar with Ranger Up apparel, they've got great T-shirts, shorts. You got signs. You got a lot of shit going on there.
All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Leggings.
Dude, the leggings are badass,
They
and you
are
did say
badass.
you'd send me a pair, but
I
you
did.
did?
He did.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm excited. I want to wear a pair.
Why do you have to be hurtful like that? I fucking come through, man.
I bet you Mel took them though.
No, there were from Mel. That's okay. She's got a better ass than me, so I'm not worried about it.
All right.
Don't be
good.
so hard on yourself.
Okay.
You've been working hard.
Along with that, Ranger Up is also who was part of the movie with us.
They are.
You know?
They are. And the reason why we
We're
were
counterparts.
in Los Angeles the last 2 weeks is we are locking the edit on Range 15. Which is coming out to the world very, very shortly.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to that. We also got one more guest tonight. Who do we got?
Who was also in the movie?
Yes.
You were.
I
You
was.
played a great. I won't get.
We don't want to give
away.
don't
Give
give
that
it
scene
Don't
away.
give it
A
away.
star.
Welcome,
Don't give it
Eli.
away.
I can.
I said Eli. I don't know. I'm just repeating what you said.
I was like, what?
My name is Eli.
My name is Eli.
There's a book about him.
Show me the blueprints. Show me the blueprints.
Eli
Show me the
works
blueprints.
with Rocketjump, who, if you're not familiar with, is Freddie W's kind of production company. I watched you guys since. Reason kind of started getting into YouTube was I used to watch fucking Freddie W so much that I was like, man, I want to give this a shot because I just loved your guys' channel. So check out Rocketjump. It's right up our alley, like crazy ass guns, VFX shit. Great comedy. They did shit with Key and Peele.
Yeah.
A lot of other stuff. It's fucking awesome.
I just saw a Black Rifle Coffee commercial you did today. It was fucking hilarious.
That was fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
That was
True friends. They came through, did a commercial for us, and didn't even just for fun. So
Didn't even
appreciate it.
charge.
No.
Nothing. No beaches. No
Well, I
side
mean,
beaches.
Dude, I'm gonna give a handy. It's so intimate right in this setting. Like
we're around each other
gonna-
now.
We're gonna see what happens.
It can be a lot of eye contact.
Yeah.
A 4-way hand job's the best hand jobs. My grandfather says. Like he was in World War II, so he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Well, kids, while we're out in Los Angeles, locking the edit of a movie is extremely tedious. So to break up the monotony, we go out with each other. And Saturday night, kids, we went to see the old UFC fight with McGregor.
some tings.
And Holly Holm, and there was
Yeah.
a couple
Upset
upsets,
city.
which Nick Palmisciano, you're saying there wasn't an upset.
There was no upset in the main event.
Okay.
The co-main event was definitely an upset.
Right.
Okay, and let's discuss this.
And one thing real quick, I haven't looked up the data on that, but is there ever a time that two title holders have lost on the same card before?
Yes.
There was.
Yes, I'm trying to remember when it was, but this isn't the first time that's happened.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, when what's her name lost to Holly. That was 2 titles in a
Ronda
Ronda,
Rousey?
and then who fought?
Oh, you're right, Luke.
Rockwell.
Oh yeah, Luke
Yeah,
Rockhold
yeah,
knocked
both of them.
down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there was 2 upsets in one day.
Thank God Eli's here, because we were going to have to Google that.
Yeah. And everybody loves a good Google on a podcast, listening to us.
Yeah, if you guys
Hold
didn't-
on, we're Googling it, fellas.
Hey,
Just give
guys,
us
hang on 10
15 or
minutes.
16 more minutes. We'll have this knocked out.
No, if you guys didn't watch the fight, it was Conor McGregor was supposed to fight Dos Anjos at the 155-pound division. We talked about this. Whatever, pretty much Nate Diaz couldn't make the weight, so he took the fight at 170, which I think previous episodes I've talked. I'm not on the Conor McGregor hype train, but I give the guy a lot of balls for fucking jumping up there. I know you are.
This side of
and
the
we're gonna
this side
get
of the
into
camp-
that.
I know, I love him.
But he came out, picked apart Nate pretty decent in the first round. It was a good boxing match, great fight, and then kind of just gassed himself and jumping up to I think 25 pounds. And you think that's a hard pressed thing to do, especially with someone like Nate who like his striking is just. It doesn't stop.
And I will say this,
You know?
Nick and Matt, you guys were not surprised by this. And explain
We
explain
actually
why.
called during the fight. We called the round and how it was going to end.
Yeah.
So Connor is his game is, and first of all, both Matt and I have a lot of appreciation for these guys. We don't hate Conor McGregor. We don't, it's not anything like that. But his game is he's just so much bigger and more powerful than everybody at 145. I
Right.
mean, he's a man among boys.
Right.
And so, like, if he catches one of those dudes, they're done. Like, he's just a huge guy. Jumping up to 55, that's a possibility for him.
Mm-hmm.
You start talking about going against guys that are used to dealing with much bigger people that can last longer. It's a totally different story. So,
I mean, if you're fighting at 170, you're probably walking around at 195, 200.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So how tall is he?
McGregor? Shit, I don't
McGregor's
know.
pretty tall. I want to say he's almost 6.
Like
He's like
5'10",
5'11"
yeah.
or something.
Reaches 62 inches.
Yeah.
So
Diaz
did
was
Nate
64.
cut any weight, you think, to get to 170?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you do that in 2 weeks? I guess is my
You
question.
can cut
water,
you
man.
can cut a lot of
A
weight.
week is about when a cut starts. Well, diet happens before
Yeah.
that, but the
Okay.
week is when you start to really lose
Yeah.
all that water weight. You're doing sauna. You're doing a lot of
Yeah, to
shit.
put it in perspective, like, a long time ago I was a wrestler, and like the worst cut in a single day for me was 12 pounds. So it's possible.
Wow.
You can drop weight like a motherfucker if you
Jesus.
have to. And those guys have 24 hours to recover.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can do it.
High
And
knee
Nate's
up.
usually a
banned that.
155er. The reason he couldn't make 155 in time is because he took the fight on 10 days' notice.
Gotcha.
But so even him as a 155, he's a dude that is built for the long game. Like, he will throw the same number of punches in the first round as the 5th round. He's
Right.
just in great shape. Conor has never been tested like that. So Conor came out, gave his
Especially
best.
with the extra weight on him, I think.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, and the extra. You're right, and that's the thing is the more muscle you're carrying, the more weight you're carrying, the more tired you get.
Well, that's even when some of the interviews after the fight with McGregor. Like, if you look at that first round, McGregor tagged Nate so fucking hard. But that's the thing. It's like Nate is so hard to knock out. Like, he's got that dude's the chin of a fucking
but his
god.
his face after the fight.
Oh,
was
it's fucked up.
crushed.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
he caught him so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, of course. But
That's
But
what-
also, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, like, McGregor even said afterwards, he's like, all these shots that would have dropped the people in my weight class,
Yeah.
dude just kept fighting.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not used to like being able to hit somebody and then just being like,
I think it's
Yeah.
a good humbling moment from McGregor.
Yeah.
I figured he was going to probably get lose if it made it past the second round, which I didn't think he'd knock out Nate. Then we knew he'd get probably submitted.
But give Nate credit too. A lot of those punches that even the ones he got hammered with, he was still moving back because he's a great boxer. So he's catching the punch, but he's flowing with it,
Right.
as opposed to just eating it.
Right.
And so then, after round 1, McGregor gave him everything he had, and we were just like, "This
Dude,
is
I
over."
feel like it was you seeing a vagina for the first time. I was sitting in front of Ross, and he's like looking at the screen, and then he slips in the rear naked. You're like, no,
I knew it was going to happen. To me, it was a Braveheart moment where the axe is coming down, the hanky just slowly releases from the hands,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh fuck, that's it, it's over. Like, and there's that blink and that slow blink in the background where you're like, fuck, man. He looks at his buddy looks at him. It's over.
It's
There's
over.
nothing I can do because I'm all hyped up and caught up in his whole shit, and I want him to win. And now he's gone. The hero's gone.
Yep.
The mystique is knocked off.
He's still, the champ at 145, but we'll see how he comes. He's been super humble about it, and he's getting a lot of love for that. So.
which is all great, but still you lost.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
nobody wanted to see that.
But that is,
With
that,
Ron-
again,
same
that
with
is his
Ronda
third
Rousey.
loss.
And
It's his
it's
third
gonna-
loss.
Same with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Ronda Rousey.
interesting to see what happens because does he go for the champ at 155 after losing to Nate?
Right.
Because I look at it now and I'm like, you're going to get murdered.
I think he's going to stay at 145 and defend that a few times, get his confidence back up, and go from there.
Yeah.
If he,
I
if he
think
is
you're
successful.
right. I think you're right.
I think he's got an ego and he's going to go after Nate again.
Eventually,
He's already
eventually.
said it.
Yeah.
He's already said it.
Yeah.
But what about Holly Holm? That was pretty crazy.
Holly Holm, holy shit.
Yeah.
Another one I did not see coming. I know you didn't, Nick.
I did not. So I'm super tight with Greg Jackson. I love me some Greg Jackson, and Holly,
Who was also a stunt coordinator on our film.
who was a stunt coordinator
He's a
on our movie.
amazing guy.
And he did that because he's a great dude on
Yeah.
short notice because we needed somebody that could actually get the job
If you don't know who
done.
Greg
Yeah.
Jackson is, so Greg Jackson is Greg Jackson and Winklejohn, who has pretty much the most prestigious MMA camp out there.
Yep.
John Jones, a lot of the champions you see in the UFC are all out of the camp. He's by far, I think, the best coach combined with Winklejohn in the world.
He's amazing, and he's an amazing dude.
Yeah.
And, so anybody that's in his camp, for the most part, like, I have to pull for. And I've met Holly a bunch, and she's super sweet. And
She looks hotter in this fight. She didn't look that hot to me in
Holly?
the Ronda Rousey fight. In this one, when she rolled
that's
out, she
because
looked a little cuter.
you were staring at Ronda,
I think that's what it was.
Because you always go for the big name.
I do.
You're a
I
hype.
do.
You're a hype train
I
guy.
am. I love all of it.
So
I
you were
love the
sitting
magic of it,
there-
the pageantry.
Yeah, you're sitting there going, man, I want to have sex with Ronda Rousey, and you're not appreciating that there's another hot
So
girl on
that's
the
what we were
other
talking
side.
about.
I like the dominance of Ronda Rousey.
What was the term you used? It was like showcase versus fighting, or the
hype, the fight versus spectacle.
yeah fight.
Fight versus spectacle is what it is, because I enjoy the spectacle of it. I enjoy the personalities of it, and I get wrapped up in it. And that started as a kid, since like WWF
I was
days.
gonna say WWF. You had
That
to
was
be
like,
a wrestler.
but you as a kid growing up, and you get used to that. You know, the big entrances, Randy Savage, fucking Hogan, all those guys. Then you expect all of this shit, and then even going into the 80s, because then, late 80s, Tyson took over, and you were like, oh, fuck. This is awesome. And then you still had Holyfield. You had the big fights. Now, since, Mayweather kind of took over the sport in boxing,
It just got boring.
it's boring. Boring shit. It kind of died. So then I found myself, migrating over to, I'm a carpetbagger over to UFC, where I was like, I am. And I'll self-admittedly that, because I'm a huge boxing fan. But once all the stars, started fading, De La Hoya, all those guys were out.
Yep.
There's no heavyweights. I could give a shit about the fucking,
Klitschko's?
Yeah, oh, God. The Klitschko brothers might as well be those two twins and fucking, what's the Jack
G.I.
Nicholson
Joe?
movie?
Oh,
the Jack
sorry.
Nicholson
I
movie?
went somewhere totally different.
Nah, either way.
Shining.
Yeah, The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah, those two twins in The Shining.
I
to
can
me.
see Jared listening to this episode in his car right now, cringing. Like, why is it? It's a sports episode.
Yeah.
Talk about dicks.
Yeah.
Where are the dicks? They split my pelvis.
Yeah.
Somebody split my pelvis.
But so I migrated over to UFC after that, and the people that I enjoy watching the most, Ronda Rousey, McGregor,
Yeah.
even Bones Jones,
Yeah.
Huge
He's
John
coming back.
Jones.
Yeah,
He'll be
But
back
even,
to fight
you
Cormier.
know, even taking it back a little further, like Tito Ortiz, and
Hate me some Tito.
I know,
He's
but
a shithead.
it's the whole, even Brock Lesnar, because you knew there was.
I feel like him. This is kind of an obscure reference, but Mayhem Miller would be like Ross's favorite fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he
Yeah,
fought
yeah.
in Pride, dude, he'd come out with the pink hair.
Yeah.
He'd come out with like 6 dancers and do like,
Oh,
he'd be
that's
dancing to
all over my
hip-hop,
shit.
And then
Yeah.
he'd be got a guy like in a rear naked flicking off the crowd like before he chokes him out. Just, I mean,
And Tom Lawler, who you
Tom
saw the
Lawler.
other night, but he didn't get to do his shit because of Reebok.
Yeah,
damn it, Reebok.
yeah, and by the way,
But if you want to sponsor the
like
channel,
him
it's
a lot.
super
That was a fun one. Yeah,
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I'd like to see somebody like that on the come up, because here's my biggest fear now is who takes over. I mean, immediately after that fight, if you noticed, they said, well, Ronda's coming back to fight Misha. And it was just like, Dana White was like, oh my God, I gotta find somebody.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that's what Ronda wants. I think
know.
I think
I
Ronda
know.
wants to fight Holly.
Yeah.
And Holly wants the belt back. So you get this weird like love triangle going
No,
on
but I think
right
this
now.
is
Rock,
what
paper,
does.
scissors.
Yeah.
Dana
Literally.
wants Ronda to come back, take out Misha Tate again, which who knows after a loss. I think she's gonna do it.
I think
So then now it puts Ronda as a
don't-
title, then they can sell that Holly home rematch.
I don't know how Misha beats Ronda. That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of ways for Holly to beat Ronda. There's a lot of ways for Holly to beat Misha and Misha to beat Holly.
If
but-
people don't know, he's talking about Misha Tate, who just won the title from Holly Holm, the bantamweight title, and also she's been defeated by Ronda Rousey twice,
in brutal fashion.
and very decisive
You know,
form.
like Misha's not going to outbox Ronda. She doesn't hit hard enough to knock Ronda out. So
Right.
that means she's got to beat her on the ground, which, let's be honest, as good as she is at jiu-jitsu, Ronda's
I want
a
Misha
totally
to beat me on the
different
ground.
level. I know
She's
you.
got a nice ass, man.
Misha?
Yeah.
She got the DTD.
Yeah, I
Damn
mean-
titties, though. A lot of people were saying that at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
In case my wife was listening, I didn't say that. I overheard like 9 people saying that. DTD, them titties, though. And I asked you, I was like, dude, are those new? Because I've seen her fight a few
Like,
times in the past. Like, those are...
They're upgraded, you know?
Yeah.
It's an up-
I would have a man
an
off with her boyfriend, you know, like he's obviously an MMA fighter as well. He'd beat
Right.
my ass, but then I'll fucking
Same weight
shoot him,
class.
you know?
Same weight
Yeah,
class.
he's like you might be able to fight better, but I'm a real man. I have my 200-pound card, you know?
If you're in the same weight class as your girlfriend, shit's fucked up. Like, it's going to be weird. It's probably a weird relationship anyways, you know?
They probably spar together.
Oh,
Probably-
boy.
they're probably training
Oh,
partners.
can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Dirty, cauliflower ears, the whole shit, like, you know?
You know.
Maybe-
Hey,
You didn't take out the fucking
let's go.
trash, so Misha's like, blah!
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
fuck,
You
fucker.
Hey, let's go get our ears drained together.
Oh,
you know,
God.
arms interlocked and like the
Yeah.
syringe in the ear,
Yes.
sucking the blood out. You
Yeah.
know, like
I bet he might be one to get pegged. Like, I feel like 'cause she's like an alpha male, she really wants to throw in that strap on.
Yeah.
him
Hashtag relationship goals.
Yeah, bantamweight champion right here.
Yeah, you got the belt. No, I got the belt. Yeah. You know? That's a nice little thing they got going.
Yeah.
Maybe they figured it out.
They
the rest
figured
of
out.
us
God
haven't.
bless their souls.
The rest of us haven't. Yeah, we're gonna find somebody in our own weight class.
Hell, I'm 225 pounds. I'm gonna find some in my weight.
What about that girl from Game of Thrones?
Which one's that?
She's probably about your weight.
Well,
The female knight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's a bigger
I could
one.
go for like maybe a 175
We could get you
CrossFit
a-
chick, like
A cute 7
I don't know.
foot.
I think we can find you.
7 foot.
Yeah, CrossFit.
I think we
Just
can
paint her
find-
blue and call her, fuck her like an avatar. You know?
All I'm saying is that if Mel ever dumps you, I'm gonna find you a 200-pound girl.
Yeah.
Thanks, true
Yeah.
friends right there. You know?
What's like? Who's a good deuce and a half girl for you?
Whoa.
It's,
So he's not 250. Now
No,
you're, now
you
you're hurting
said-
his feelings.
I know, but here's the thing. Matt's been working out a lot. You're
he's not getting to
you're
deuce
big.
and a half unless.
But you're probably what 215 now?
No, I'm 222 on a daily basis.
Yeah. So at 222.
He's not looking for deuce and a half, though. Am I right?
Yeah.
No.
Athleticism will go to shit.
But 222
You
is
know,
still
he won't be able
a
to do
big
pull-ups
weight.
on helicopters
Yeah.
anymore. He'll just be like, ah.
222 is a big weight. That's a big weight for a girl. You're looking at Rebel Wilson, Adele, that type of.
Man, again, I would wife up Adele,
Same
dude.
here. Same here. We've had this
every morning,
conversation. I
just
would
wake
too.
up to fucking
you went,
hello.
Yeah.
Like you're yawning. Hello.
Yeah.
It's me. I've been
Yeah.
cooking eggs for you. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
bitch.
Yep.
Not worried about it.
But like fighting wise, to find a girl that big,
Oh, God.
she's taking man dumps. She's dumping out like a man.
Like Ronda.
You need that potty thing. That potty thing we
But to
saw.
be fair, you got to
squatting
keep in mind that
Yeah.
he's cutting though. Matt would cut to 185 if he was a fighter.
Yeah, maybe at least two. Yeah, let's say one. I could cut to
Okay.
185. If I was fighting.
You'd be a 185.
Yeah, oh for sure. If to fight smartly.
So you're looking at one of those like WWE divas. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the diva
Gina
chicks who fight.
Carano probably walks at 180.
There you go.
Serrano? I would say Serrano.
It should be Serrano.
I don't fucking
Is it a hard C or a soft C?
I think there's a silent H in there.
Yeah, well, she's Hollywood now. She probably went soft C with it.
I would do that. I like her. She's
Yeah.
a stunt girl. Didn't she fight? I don't know. She was just in an action movie or some shit. I
No,
forget.
I get it because that's what happens in Hollywood. You're gonna drop that
She's
M.
just in Fast
Yeah.
and Furious.
Yeah,
107.
it's gonna be at. Yeah,
Since I already have only
best.
one T.
Ot.
Hi, I'm Ot Best.
and we'll throw an umlaut over that so they know to
I'm
pronounce it.
Ot
Yeah,
Best. Yost.
yeah. I used to go by Yas for a little bit. When I felt.
Yeah.
Like,
10 years from now, he'll have changed his last name because he doesn't want to put other people out by saying he's the best.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I changed to like legend or something like that. A little more humble than best. Like, I'm the best. No, I'm
Matt
just a
Perfection.
legend.
Matt Perfection. Well, so going back to these the fight versus spectacle, what was something that you look forward to growing up? Like, what was your big match sporting event wise that you were amped about?
How far back are we going?
You can go as far back as you want.
If we want to go all
Like,
the way
say,
back,
wrestling with your uncle in the closet. you know?
WrestleMania 3
Okay.
That's what you
was
called it? Okay.
huge.
And who was the main fight that night?
To be honest, I don't even remember what the main fight was, but the fight that I do remember is Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, all
It was
right,
like
yeah.
the longest fight in history.
Yeah.
Amazing, and it was just back then I didn't realize it wasn't real, so
Yeah.
my uncle had it on pay-per-view and we're like, oh my God,
This
it's
is
the greatest
amazing.
moment ever.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few more years and it would have to be Tyson versus Michael Sphinx.
Ironically, that was mine. I was a kid.
I stole it from you. I stole it
I
from
know
you. What are
you
you going
did.
to talk about now, motherfucker?
I know you did. No, but mine's a good one because back then with pay-per-view, they didn't have it in homes, so we couldn't get it off a cable box. So they were renting out arenas, and I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee for that Tyson Spinks fight.
Yep.
And on the campus of University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. So I went to an arena to watch something on a jumbotron with fucking 10,000 other people.
Oh, shit.
Every seat was sold out to watch this fight.
It was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. Tickets were like $50 or $60 a piece. I go with my dad. Right before the fight starts, he went to go get a hot dog and a beer. Came back and the fight was over. And literally, he ran in, was like, "What the fuck just happened?" And I think it was like 90 seconds.
90 seconds, 8 punches, something like that.
Yeah, but still the excitement. And I was a kid and I was by myself, like with all these people going ape fuck over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. The power of seeing that, and then
Crazy.
crazy. And the energy.
Because that was promotion at its finest. too,
Yes.
Because back then you were like, oh shit, this guy could beat Tyson.
Yeah.
He could. This is going to be the best fight ever. And everyone's like around the TV and it's pay-per-view. And back then pay-per-view was like a big deal. Like if you got pay-per-view.
you had to go to somebody else's house.
Like,
in
we
the
made
neighborhood.
it.
Yeah. Literally. Because back then you were going to other people's houses and it was like,
Let's burn suitcases of money. We got pay-per-view.
Exactly. Like you were the big dick on the block if you had the fight that night.
And Tyson just walked out there like, smoked a cigar and then threw a punch and it was fucking over.
And he had that white towel that he had cut the hole through, and it was just like didn't give a fuck. And that was awesome. Like I miss shit like that today. That's hence why McGregor that really RIP'd me. Like I was just.
I think
he's gonna rally back, and everyone's gonna forget though.
And I think
they're gonna make an allowance for him. He was up 2 weight classes, and like 2-3 fights from now.
As long as he wins in dominant fashion, I think you're correct.
The only thing about that fight that I question, and this is Matt and I were talking about this, is a lot of times in fights when somebody's getting beat up, the way they quit is to roll over and get choked out.
Right.
And I don't know if he did that or not.
Well, he tapped. He tapped, and Matt, you said
he tapped, but like people tap all the time. Like some people.
Well, I mean,
don't.
I will say in this hype train, he has said, "If you're tapping in the ring, you've quit. I'm willing to die in there." And I'm like, you tapped real quick.
Die in there. You didn't die in there.
Yeah.
So.
Holly didn't tap. She was fucking punching the air unconscious.
Yeah, Holly
boy.
was fighting imaginary. She was fighting windmills.
Yeah.
I just see what I did there.
Yeah.
There's like 3 people out there that got it.
But I will say, the unfortunate thing about the UFC dude, is I think how it's progressed sometimes. Some people like to do the safe fight. And we love the shit out of Holly, but if you look at that fight, she came out and just kind of didn't want to lose instead of being a proactive, like, I'm here to fight. And unfortunately, that's the culture of the UFC and the MMA right now. Sometimes 70% of the fighters, like, let's just play this safe, work my game plan. And of course, you have a game plan instead of like, let's engage, let's get in a fucking fist fight. And obviously, that's what fans enjoy, Yeah,
well, I had heard the rumor that she was going to get $7 million for a rematch against Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
That's a big thing mentally to go into a ring saying, "Holy shit, I just got to win this so I can get that huge payday next."
I think it's different though. I think it's a different mindset. When you're fighting Ronda Rousey a month ago, there's nothing to lose. She's been murdering everyone.
Yeah.
So she went into that fight with nothing to lose, like a fucking predator. She's like, I'm gonna beat this girl, and if I don't, I'm gonna go out on my shield.
Right.
Where she just beat Ronda Rousey, now she's fighting Miesha Tate, somebody that Ronda smoked twice.
Yeah.
Like
Quickly.
there's actually more pressure. Right? Like
Well, she even said that in her interview. She's like, of course there's more pressure for this fight. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. She legit said that. And you're like, if that's in your head, girl, come on.
Well, I'm just going back to thinking about when I used to compete, and whether it was boxing or wrestling or judo, whatever, like if you're going against somebody that's good, you're like amped. You're like, I'm going to take it to him. You're focused on that. But if you're going against somebody that sucks, like in the back of your head, no matter how badass you are, you're like, oh, I gotta fucking smoke this guy. If I don't smoke this guy, I'm gonna hear about it. Like if something happens, if I screw up, like it's a different concern. It's not like I'm bringing it to him, I'm bringing the game. It's like, I can't embarrass myself against this piece of shit. And so I kind of think that.
So it'd be like you and I in a boxing match.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh man, like I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Eli? So growing up as a kid, what was the one thing, like the one main event?
He's a fighter too. He's being quiet over here.
Pride fights.
Pride fights.
Fucking loved Pride. So I started doing MMA and shit back in '98. Back in my garage.
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad's house, and
Yeah.
we just beat the fuck out of each other.
Fighting neighbors, uncles.
Yeah. Lots of uncles.
Yeah.
The
So
school
what was your
bus
biggest
driver?
What was the biggest thing you were hyped about and that everybody rallied around and got together for?
Sakuraba versus Gracie Hoist.
Yeah,
When
okay.
Sakuraba was the Gracie killer.
Boom.
He used to wear a gi too, right? Was he the one that used to wear a karate gi out in the ring?
Hoisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back in the day.
Or jiu-jitsu gi, but yeah.
Whatever. A gi's a gi. You know what I'm saying?
It's a gi.
Yeah.
It's a gi.
I'm
You want to know why he wears
I'm
it?
not gi.
Small factoid. He said back in early fight days, he wore it because people had some kind of inclination that they wanted to grab a hold of him, so it was easier for him to do a takedown.
Oh, wow.
So instead of wearing that, people were more wanting to keep the distance, whereas when they had a gi, he'd come in, hit that hit, they'd try to grab the gi, and boom, sweep to the ground.
Could you do that in today?
No.
You're not allowed to do
we
it
have
anymore,
to.
Now
right?
there's rules about what you have to wear.
It's all
Yeah.
Reebok, too. They came in
And fuck the whole
Yeah,
game.
they're like, no, you can't have
even if
pink hair.
Reebok made a gi, it would be illegal.
Okay. A Reebok gi.
Reebok
Yeah.
Key.
That would be something like that Kanye made. Oh, it's a Reebok Key.
It's
Go
a
and
Reebok
buy it.
Key.
$8 grand.
It's a Kanye gi.
$8 grand, yeah. It's
Kanye.
It's a Yeezy
Hey,
Key.
Kanye,
A
my
Yeezy Key.
It's
for
made out
Kanye,
of gold.
my fucking thing still stands. If Kanye wants to fight 50 grand for charity, let's fucking do it, bro.
I'm sure that 50K
I'll break that jaw twice.
I would fight Kanye as well.
Fuck yeah.
If he doesn't want to fight Matt, I'm available.
Okay.
Perfect. And what about you, Matt? What event growing up were you looking forward to the most?
Dude, honestly, I got into fighting way later in my life. But
Could be anything. Sports.
no, I know.
Yeah.
But fighting.
Cricket?
Cricket, yeah.
Crochet.
Man, what's that Olympic sport when they have the fucking ice, and
ice.
you
Oh, yeah,
push
curling.
the curling?
Oh,
Curling,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Olympics 2004.
Yeah.
Curling match. Canada versus America.
Salt Lake City Winter Olympics. I was fucking hard.
It was Nagano.
Yeah.
To be honest, what really got me into like what is fighting and being a fan was Holyfield versus Tyson. We went over to my dad's fucking friend's house, and they were all huge boxing fans.
Yeah.
I didn't really get it. I didn't really understand how insane the fight was, and then the ear bite, and like the whole party was just like, what the, like the disappointment of it, and I was like, what is this? And then from there, I was like, oh fuck, fighting's really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I want to beat some
I'm
people
tired
up.
of getting my
I wanna
ass
bite
getting
some fucking
beat.
ears off.
Yep.
Yeah. That night, it was funny why I started getting into fighting too, and jiu-jitsu was I had a guy in like fucking high school. I was like a freshman. I was like, yeah, I matured way late, but pretty much whooped my ass, you know? Said something, so you look at me, bitch? I was like, no. Bah! And then fucking dropped me, and I like had no idea how to defend myself. So I was like,
How old were you?
Oh, fuck, I don't know, 13 or 12 at the time or something.
Yeah, I think that...
His cheekbones hadn't developed yet.
I still had
yeah.
that pudgy body, and then I was like, I should probably learn how to throw a punch and get tattoos so people are scared of me.
I think that was yeah.
All for show.
Look how tough I am!
I got tattoos,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, back up. Please don't hurt me. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna suck your dick if you don't beat me up.
That was the biggest L I took in my life too. I was 13. I was in 7th grade. Kid on a bus. I told him, "Fuck you." He said something to me. I was like, "Fuck you. Get off of my stop." Twice the size of him.
Yeah.
He gets off, new fucking karate or whatever it is. I got kicked 9 times in the face. Didn't see any of it. Next thing I know, I'm on the ground in the fetal position, like Elizabeth Shue in Leaving Las Vegas. Blood coming out of weird places. And I was like, oh fuck, I gotta learn to fight. My dad, to his credit, we got like a punching bag, speak bag, put shit up. Went back and got that title and didn't lose since. But that one, I'll never forget it. And it's always those small guys that will light you the fuck up.
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny. You always say it. When I walk into a bar, I'm kind of one of those guys that immediately kind of assess the situation, right? What groups are in there, what is going to be a conflict. And like, it's always like the big jack tattooed guys tend to be like the nice guys, and I'm not worried about that. I'm like, you're slow as fuck, dude. But it's always like the 180 guys that you can see are kind of fit. I'm like, that's the motherfucker
it's the
I don't want to fight.
Palmiscianos that walked in.
Like a leaner
I was a bouncer
Palmisciano.
for 4 years all through college. When a Palmisciano walked in, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Anybody your size?
That's not me though.
No, I know.
That's
I know it's not
No,
you,
not
but
the
anybody
attitude,
your
I'm saying his
size,
body type.
your size, body type. When they walked in, I was like,
got the little guy chip on the
shit's
shoulder.
getting
you
fucked
know?
up tonight. Yeah.
Or like Eli guy. Like
Yeah,
how
yeah,
Eli's
yeah.
built.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Fit guy, and you're just kind of like, all right, he's not that big a deal. I'll fucking take you. And then it's like, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
4'6".
Yeah.
Extremely
310,
Really streamlined.
310 strappy.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
a straight
shoes.
cross
I
hits you
think,
in the
I think we all
nuts.
have like a beatdown story.
Yeah. Who was as a kid?
I grew up in Italy, so I was born in Rhode Island, and
Okay.
then my dad is Italian,
Okay.
but he's an American citizen, went to Vietnam, etc. He had an opportunity to bring us back to Italy for his government job. So I grew up from like 3 to 10. I was in Naples. So I thought of myself as an Italian kid. Italy's culture is like super nice and chill, and like kids, it's a great place to be a kid. I come back, and I moved to Massachusetts outside of Boston. Totally different attitude.
Right.
Massachusetts, total bastards, right? And
Yeah.
I love that I'm from Mass, but
Sure.
like they were like, hey, oh, you grew up in Italy? And I'm thinking they're interested. They're
Yeah.
like, say something in Italian. And then I would, and then they just beat the shit out of me. That was like 18 months of my life.
Oh, children.
And so like finally like the summer, like I watched Karate Kid, and I was like, I need to take karate.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not know about. I never knew about that until you boxed amateur for quite some time, right?
For a little while, yeah.
Yeah, you have like 12 bouts or something.
16 fights.
16
what was your
fights,
record?
Yeah.
14-2.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Look at that.
A lot of people don't know about Nick. I was like, I'll beat your ass. I did more time. I was like, heard his record. I was like,
maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
And you
But,
did judo and wrestle too.
But yeah, so like my parents tried to find me a karate place, and there wasn't anything near. So they were like, what do you think about judo? And I was like, all right, I guess I'll do judo. Best fucking thing that ever happened to me because I actually learned something useful.
Right.
So then started getting into judo, and then went from judo to wrestling, and just have done combat sports since I was
Let me ask you, once you got into judo, what did some kid challenge you, and you were like, all right, I finally get to use this. Let's go.
The only time, so I had two. One where I had like a Karate Kid moment where there was a kid when I got to middle school that was like fucking with me, and he was a judo guy also from a rival school. And we did get in a fist fight. It got broken up immediately, and then he was like, let's settle this at this tournament. And we had the tournament. I beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
Wow.
Then we were cool after
Karate
that.
Kid,
Karate
dude.
Kid.
I was like, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I know who else was in
but then we
Karate
were
Kid.
super
Elizabeth
cool.
Shue.
Cool.
Full circle.
And then another time I got jumped. This was in high school. I got jumped, and the kid hit me, like put one arm over my shoulder, and it was just like perfect Ippon Seiyonagi. So I just threw him and then punched him once in the face, and it was over. And then people were like, oh shit, don't fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with that guy.
And it's funny back in like the high school days, even if it's just a haymaker on a guy, like, oh dude, that guy can fight.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Yeah, it's almost like prison. You should start just that one
one
fight in
fight.
ninth grade,
Oh, if I
and
had
then it'll carry over all 4
Kids,
years.
don't do this.
If I
Kids,
had
don't
to
do
do
this.
if I had to do it all over again, I would have transferred high schools like junior year. Day one, got in a fight with somebody, beat the shit out of them, and then just fight no one else the rest of the
Yeah,
time. And
yeah.
girls would love you.
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
Like, oh, you know.
He's an Italian god. He's an Italian god.
Italian
They
stallion,
built a
dude.
little Rocky statue for Nick outside your high school.
Yeah.
Kids are running up to that in the morning. You know, you're fighting meat.
It's a short statue.
You're fighting
though,
meat from
you know?
Carnivore Club. You know,
Man, I really could go for some meat right now.
I know.
Like, if I could get like 4 pounds of meat delivered here.
If we could get Carnivore Club to hang up some fucking meats in my garage,
Dude,
I'd go back and
like
shoot
the
up.
amount of meat that was in Predator 2 at the end when the freeze hit, just like a whole warehouse full of hung beef. You're just like, blah, blah, blah.
Will Carnivore Club bring me an endangered species?
Yes, they will.
I really want to beat up a
Really?
gazelle.
Yeah.
that's
There's
not-
a lot of
that's
things
not
I want. I want
endangered.
a rhino.
It's
I want to tear into a
it's
rhino
exotic.
thigh.
No one knows what a gazelle is.
Yeah, you don't know what a
This
gazelle is,
America.
fool. This is America. Oh shit, was that Conor McGregor said that? Right? Or
that
was
was
it?
Diaz.
Oh, it was Diaz. Yeah, he was talking about
No
the
one
gazelle.
know what the fuck a
He's like, you're like a
gazelle is?
gazelle. He's like, I don't know what it's America. We don't know what a gazelle is. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure every American knows what a gazelle
Everybody
is.
knows it.
History, or
If not just
Discovery
because
Channel?
every D-bag in the world puts that, like, you're either a lion or a gazelle
Gazelle,
thing.
yeah.
Either way, you've got to start running. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't
and
give me that motivation bullshit.
Diaz had that Benicio del Toro fucking mumble to him, like in Usual Suspects.
He does.
Yeah.
He's kind of like,
Great
yeah.
actor, by the way.
Give me the keys, you fucking
I'm
cocksucker.
gonna-
Benicio del Toro and Sicario.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
What a good movie.
Hey, he's going to be in Star Wars.
What a good movie.
He's going to be in the new Star Wars.
It's like the best line in that movie.
Yeah.
I actually got casted in the new. No, I didn't. I didn't.
By the way, Matt Best has got a big announcement. We're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm the new Luke
He's
Skywalker.
basically the
Congrats.
poster boy for Disney.
You look it.
I
Yeah.
really look it like sleeved out, almost full body covered in tattoos, a beard.
Yeah.
Really, what I'm going for.
And look, we're hungover
You know,
shit.
you
I know we
throw a
skipped
rope.
this today. We're all drinking Starbucks and Lead Slingers whiskey. I know we skipped it. We went out last night in L.A. We got super trashed, and that is our drink of the day. I know we skipped that, but we're trying to pick it up this morning.
Please don't hate us for drinking the hipster bucks because
Starbucks it was the nearest place to the studio, so
Yeah.
it's Starbucks and Lead
I tried
Slingers.
to stop
Evan
them.
is rolling.
I
in his
tried to
grave right
stop
now.
them.
I know. Black Rifle Coffee's like, no.
No, don't do this.
I'm sorry, Evan. I'm sorry. I will drink your coffee next time.
What else we got going on here in LA? We're locking the edit this week. We are
Let's talk to Eli. Let's
chopping
ask
up
Eli
shop.
something.
We are.
Jesus Christ.
We are. Eli, you got to be in the movie in Range 15.
I did. It was great.
Was it the best movie you've ever seen?
Ever. I haven't even watched it yet.
No, that would be. What was
I've
your
seen
experience?
one.
Eli's a veteran as well, but what was your experience on set, man? Like, how'd you?
It was fucking chill.
'cause
Like
you're in a lot of
Ross,
sets.
being on different sets, Ross kills it when it comes to like speed. All you guys kill it when it comes to that speed, getting shots done.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of, it's like having one being already set up.
Yeah, our girls hate that about us, though.
Speed. Yeah.
But
But seriously, folks, I'll be your own.
Seriously, folks, I'll be here all week.
But when you go on to like, I've been on commercial shoots when I the one with Schwarzenegger, and that was like, we shot 6 shots in 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's just the slowest thing you can do. And then going to that, I was like, oh, this is nice. It's just
Yeah.
fucking-
Well, you actually get to act all day. The problem is, you wish you could get more coverage sometimes.
Yeah.
But you guys are used to that over there.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing some stuff with Hulu right now, right?
Yeah, they announced the D404, which is I'm not sure what all I can say. It's their sci-fi series that they're doing. So that comes out probably at the end of the year or next year. I know that we're starting to shoot it soon.
Nice.
But they'll be up on like Rocketjump and all that. If people
Yeah,
want to check it
Rocketjump,
out. Cool.
Hulu, blah 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 blah.
And we should get to the drinking bro of the week.
We should.
We should. And who would we like to nominate this week?
I'm actually going to be nice and give it to Eli and Rocketjump for taking care of us for so much. Oh my God.
Do we all get to nominate someone?
No.
Just-
It's
just
one
one.
drinking bro of the
Just-
week.
just
You are a
me.
magical boy. You are a magical boy to have us out for doing the Black
Well,
Rifle
and-
Coffee commercial.
And Rocketjump, you guys have, helped us out throughout the last couple little bits, networking with us and doing some other stuff, so we appreciate it, man. And it's always a good time.
Just so everyone out there knows, Matt is staring longingly into Eli's face right now.
Yeah.
This is a real moment. This
Yeah.
is not bullshit.
As Matt closes in, his penis slowly touches the mouth of Eli.
You've been working on it, James Earl Jones.
Trying.
It's getting
Vincent
good.
Marcus is so good at it, I'm
It's
trying
getting,
to
it's
do it.
getting better.
It's trying,
It's
know?
getting really
It's
strong.
yeah, fuck you. It's so good.
I feel great.
Starbucks. Oh my God, best day ever.
Oh, God. We've had it about 19 days in a row. I will say this, though. They're fucking breakfast sandwiches.
It's a solid sandwich.
It's a solid sandwich.
are
probably-
goddamn delightful.
A lot of butter. A lot of butter. in
Yeah,
it.
it is not
And I
good
gotta
for
tell
you.
you, that doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form.
Me neither.
I
It's
know.
amazing.
I've seen your body.
Yeah. You know his record was 14-2, and you're just saying that.
Like Matt,
yeah.
you're a Ferrari. Like everything, like it looks good and it runs. When it's at its best, it runs great. Like I'm more of a dump truck. Like I'm not gonna break down. I'm gonna keep moving. I can.
I
drive,
blow a
you
gasket
can
on the side of the road, you're
Yeah, you can
driving
drive
past me.
through a wall. Like that's
Okay.
what I'm. Yeah, hit me a lot. Like
That's a good analogy. I'm like, don't scratch the paint.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
a 2017.
Not the face. Not the face.
That's the
not
money
the
maker.
face.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same way. That's the money maker.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Throw me off a horse, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was
You
an
did-
arm.
You only
That was
missed
an
my
arm.
lip. I still have the scar here. It's nice.
But your
Yeah.
lips, it was
Cave
like
in the
getting
side of my
collagen
face.
without
It's
the
not gonna change
collagen.
anything.
Thank you. So
It was a nice thing that I did for you. I saved your life.
Matt, your lips are a little small. Let me get you bucked off a horse.
get
It'll plump
plumped
them
up.
right up.
So this is
plump
what
'em
it's
up.
like to be around Matt all the time. So like JT, Matt, and I did BuzzFeed a while ago, right? And we did this thing, and like, there's like 1,000 comments, right? And 8 out of 10 comments, like as you go down, are like, "Oh, that Army Ranger guy is so hot," like all chicks. Then like every once in a while, somebody would be like, "Oh, the Air Force guy and that officer guy are pretty cute too." And JT and I would like high five, like, yeah. We're not that ugly. God damn it, I hate him.
So beautiful.
That was funny. The camo cast I had on back then and
Yeah.
everything. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good look for you.
Yeah.
That was a good look
I've been
for you.
switching it up. I've been going kind of that hipster hair shit lately. I feel like I'm 30 now, so
Yeah.
it's like I gotta.
Hey, let's talk about this on a show for dudes.
Okay.
Yeah. No. But let's. Because this will bring us up to our hatred of Dan Bilzerian.
I'm talking.
Yeah, because I feel like you got to switch it up to get rid
Hey
of
guys,
Dan
today
Bilzerian.
on Vanity Drinking Bros. I'm just saying because I know people have been
Hairstyle
like,
of the
"What's
day."
Matt
Hey,
doing?"
Matt, what fragrance are you wearing right now?
Your mom.
Your mom. I met him.
He just goes 15-2.
Yeah. No, but I think you're switching it up because Bilzerian stole your look. By the way, I'm still convinced on this.
Yeah. Maybe, who knows? I haven't gone. I've had that same hairstyle since I was 17 years old.
Have
so.
you ever been stopped? Has anybody like stopped you in the street and said, "Oh, dude, Dan"? You
No
take a
one
picture
in
with it?
person has been like, "Oh, you're Dan." I get all the time. You look like Dan Bilzerian. I'm like, cool. He looks like a washed-up version of me. So
Yeah.
it's perfect,
No,
you know?
and that's what it is. And like, I'm still convinced he copied your look and was like, "All right, cool." Because
Yeah.
the rest of his shit is stolen. So it's like, yeah, he's the Matt Best stolen valor guy.
He's yeah. Stolen valor. We see him. No, like I said before, I got nothing with Dan B, but I do actually.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later.
Well, fuck him. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, this was a fun experience. The four of us all sitting around together. This was a nice night. This was a nice night we had.
It's a campfire.
A nice night. And with that, this podcast is brought to you by Carnivore Club. What goes great with both beer and meat? God damn it. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's meat. For those meat eaters listening, imagine this. Imagine every month somebody packs 2 pounds of the tastiest, high-quality, dry-cured meat they can find into a box, and then they mail that box to you. It's almost as if you put my dick in a box. That's about 2 pounds, and you got mailed my dick every week. That would be the greatest goddamn thing of your life. And it's a new meat every month. So you got venison jerky, wild boar salami, spicy spreadable pork, you name it. It's a real thing. It's called Carnival Club. Taste it for yourself. Go to carnivoreclub.co and sign up. Use the promo code DrinkinBros to get 10% off your first box. And I think we all remember our first box. I know Matt does. She was Puerto Rican, right? I don't. If she wasn't, she wasn't. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here.
Her
to
name
judge.
was Alexis, actually.
Was it really?
Yes, that's weird if you're watching this show. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Alexis.
It's great losing our virginity together.
Hey, Alexis. Send Matt a fax. You fax him.
No, mailgram or what are they called, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sealed leather,
send
just
some
with
shit
perfume in
here.
it or something.
Send some shit in here. Well, for Eli from Rocketjump, from Nick Palmisciano, Mr. Matt Best. Jared is gone, Rocco's gone, and you know, goddamn right, I'm Ross Patterson. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being
I love you.
Dicks.